Very good afternoon to you. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very warm welcome to you and a good afternoon to you if you're in Bahrain or in the region. Otherwise, good day, good evening. Welcome to Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, Old is Gold meeting, which we hold online twice a month. This is the meeting number 44. Without further ado, let me pass the control to our president, Toastmaster Widad Hijazi. Please welcome Toastmaster Widad.
Thank you very much, DTM Muhammad Shukri, our Sergeant at Arms. We are proud we have you in our club. Good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. What is better than spending the last hours of our weekend with all this gold? To start our month with all this gold and to end the first weekend with all this gold, this is something amazing. It's a series. Today it's series number 44. It's a lucky number for me. I consider it. I like number 4. So today we are talking about a series that started with COVID-19. It's something that we say the benefit out of something terrible we had. We are here to enjoy and learn. We are here to have fun. We are here to ask questions and look for better life. I always wonder if Dr. Ralph C. Smedley is alive today, how would he look at Toastmasters all over the world? I'm sure he will be proud of that. And I'm sure he will be proud of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, not only for its being the first advanced club in the Middle East, but for being creative, for being to give the initiative to improve not only ourselves, not only the members in our club, but also the members all over the world. Our club welcomes everyone who would like to join All This Gold for the sharing of experience, for the sharing of knowledge, for the sharing of life experience, which is valuable to each and every one of us. And we are here today to listen to 3 speakers. Our MC will talk about it fully. And what a fruitful time we spend. We need to leave something for others. It's all this gold, the best thing we leave for others. So all this gold goes beyond personal development. It goes beyond public speaking. It goes to the precious creature on earth, the heart and essence of every man, human being on earth. And today we have a very special MC, Master of Ceremony. She's none other Toastmaster Suha Qutub. But before we give her the lead, and I'm eager to see how her leadership would be expressed. It's a new experience for me. I wish you all the luck, but let us know who Toastmaster Suha is. She's one of the chartered members of Giza Toastmasters Club in Egypt. She's the current Vice President of Education and the immediate past president. She's the mentor of Al-Kalima Toastmaster Club. She's also Area 25 Director. MashaAllah, how you can manage all these. One of the professional level, she worked as pharmacy manager at Saudi German Hospital in Riyadh and Cairo for 17 years. She's currently the co-regional director of the AMCURE, I hope I say it well, program in MENA region, a certified staff trainer. Welcome to the club. We have lots of trainers here today. A certified staff trainer, a course instructor, coach, helping others who are challenged with a stammer. Welcome to All This Gold Toastmasters Suha. We are proud to have you again. And I repeat, I wish you all the best. I'm eager to see your leadership, the way you will deal with all this today. The floor is yours. Let's all give her a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Widad, for the very warm welcome, and good afternoon, everyone. I can see lovely smiles on my screen, so this is a very warm welcome by all of you. Thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you so much for giving me the chance to be the master of ceremony of today's meeting and also play or take part as the panel moderator, one of the projects I'm doing to finish my pathway. Yay! Today we have 4 amazing speakers. I'm not sure if we have 4 or 3, waiting for the 4th, but so far we have 3 amazing speakers, and we are really looking forward to listening and allowing them to enlighten us with their speeches. We have DTM Abbas El Alawi, and he will be giving the first speech with the title of The Legacy, followed by DTM Muhammad Shukri, the voice of Prem, and last but not least, DTM Khalid Abdullah, focus on the members, not the numbers. Wow, I have never been in a meeting with all DTMs there, so no pressure. This is my first time here, or my second time. Should I ask the timer to give the...
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Suha. So we have today the timer, Toastmaster Malaki. She will take the lead, and then I will be back again with you. I'll be the timer again. Yes.
Sure.
Would like also to welcome, we have a new guest, Ribal Yahya. Ribal, would you please introduce yourself in the chat? And he's one of my trainees. So you're most welcome to All This Gold. Toastmaster Suha, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Widad. Could I please call upon our timer to give us an introduction of the role and to tell us the timings of the speeches we'll be having.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Suha Qutub. Yes, I will be the timer. I will show the green card after 10 minutes of the beginning of the speech. And then after 11 minutes, I will show the yellow card. After 12 minutes, I will be showing the red card. And as a whole, the whole minute will be 15 minutes. Good luck to all the speakers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, Madam Timer. And now, without further ado, I would like to call upon our first speaker, DTM Abbas Al Alawi, The Legacy. The Legacy, DTM Abbas Al Alawi. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So let me share first of all the presentation to make sure that everything is going okay before the timer starts timing. Do you see my screen?
Not yet.
No.
Should be yes.
Yes, we can now.
Slide show it, Zayed.
Oh,
yes, yes. Okay.
Good evening, dear brothers and sisters. It's great to be among great speakers today for the All This Gold, one of the most energetic ideas to bring speakers on the floor. And thanks goes to Ali, our DTM Ali, the Vice President of Education, for his idea and the team. 2 weeks ago, our beloved champion, DTM Muhammad Shukri, have given us a very powerful example. of two laborers, mason, I believe he said. When he asked them what you are doing, he said, I'm putting bricks on bricks, and he have no vision. When he asked the other, he said, no, I am putting bricks on bricks because I want to build a hospital. So the great vision brought a legacy. And when we are talking about legacy, nothing I can speak more than the legacy of Aluminium Bahrain Alba. Aluminium is the metal of the future, powering the innovators, the innovations, and enabling the more sustainable world. From the heart of the Kingdom of Bahrain has taken the story of aluminium even further, shaping its growth locally, regionally, and globally. And today, Aluminium Bahrain, which is located in the heart of the kingdom, sit as one of the largest modern aluminium smelter all over the world, with an annual production target none other than 1.622 million metric ton per year. What a legacy. We as Aluminium Bahrain are in the club of millions of production. The meeting will go very fast. We will go for enhancing the safety, and any employees working for Alba, they know what does it mean safety for them. So we will start our day with a safety enhancement. We call it safety shares. Then we will dive in the vision and missions and values of the company. And we further dived in the background and facts and figures for the company. And we will see where we fit and ways forward. Well, by tomorrow, hopefully now you all know that traffic will be so jam. We'll go back to school. School will started, university will started, the traffic will be so beautiful. Those who are experiencing going early morning with the road smooth for the past few weeks or 2-3 weeks, tomorrow no more. So my sincere advice, please look around. Let's all follow the traffic rules and regulations. Tomorrow, get up early a bit than the earlier day and try to catch up your road trip to your company, to your destination smoothly without breaking the rules and regulations. So please, my sincere advice. Well, now let's go for the vision and mission of Alba. Going back to the example that Muhammad Ali gave, and he thought that definitely when he says something, it will be captured. So I captured that example, which is really give a great value. So what is our vision and mission to go to forward? So look at the company vision, and you really will know how the company executives or management drive their people and focus to the destination. When the vision of the company says the drive to drive aluminium industry forward through a human talented and innovation from Bahrain to the world, that's it's a huge vision, supported by a mission which is drive along the team, sustainable value for stakeholders, for the stakeholder by capitalizing on the strength of our product portfolio anchored in our enduring dedication to safety and efficiency. With such vision and mission, definitely you need to steer this values, about steering the value in such a safety and green. You have to control a team. You have to work with ethic and towards excellence, and to be a resilient with all challenges that come through. At a plus 1.622 million metric ton per annual, that's our achievement production, metal production in 2024. Alba is a world-leading aluminum smelter with a proud of 50 years legacy in operation excellence, safety, environmental responsibility, and community development. This such 50 years, I participated personally 35 years. What a proud. The company shareholders is 69.38% Bahraini, held by Mumtalakat Holding Company. 20.62% it's SABIC Industrial Investment, and other 10% is held public, general public. So within 5 decades of excellent, it's been recognized, Aluminium Bahrain Company, the first Bahraini manufacturer company listed on both Bahrain Bourse and London Stock Exchange in 2010. Furthermore, to the legacy, Alba Aluminium Bahrain is divided in 2 areas. One is the port, which all raw material are imported through the port. I am proud to say I am the superintendent for that area. It's nearly 246,500 square meter. And the main smelter which all the production lines are located, it's located on 2,546,000 cubic meter. Just imagine this area. It's been said line 6 alone, the total length of line 6, it's putting together Burj Khalifa and the Freedom Tower together is equal to line 6 alone. So aluminum production, aluminum sector participated in Bahrain GDP with a 12% yearly basis. 25% of Alba's output goes to a local downstream company which supporting the downstream company and development. Global footprints on more than 50 countries all over the world, diverse customer base on 240 plus approved vendor. With all this production, with all this legacy, the royal family of Bahrain are supporting the company since beginning, since 1968, and on 1971, the first lines of a production 1 and 2 with 120,000 metric ton with the late Emir Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa, go forward till the late line 6 of production with 1.5 million metric ton per year. The King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa have been supporting the company through all the 50 years legacy onward. We can see the Alba reduction lines started from 1971 with the startup of reduction line 1 forward, and the same year the startup of the reduction line 2. When we talk about reduction line, means all the line, all the process, all the equipment which produce from the raw material to the end of the aluminum production. So we call it line. It does contain the raw material, it does contain the process of carbon departments, it does contain the production of the aluminum, the process of aluminum. It does contain the casting, cast house and casting process till the final product. So the legacy goes to 1981 when another line, reduction line 3, put in service, goes to 1992 where reduction line number 4, and the story goes till we reach 2018 where another reduction line number 6 being put to in a process where we considered as a million club of production with 1.622 million metric ton per year achieved in 2024. And the story is not ended. We are still going further, hopefully for putting another line number 7 to go beyond 2 million metric ton per year. The 50 years of legacy or the 50 years of excellence. I'm not seeing the timer. I don't know where I am, but I will continue. Please let me know.
You're in yellow, Sayed.
Thank you very much, because I cannot see it over here. So the pride of 50 years excellence is a very well noted, and it can be seen starting from 1968 in the cooperation by Amiri decree on Friday 9th of August. And the foundation stone being bought by the late Amiri Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa. And the story continued to 1971 when we start the production of the first line with 120K metric ton. Then we proceed with 1980 where we reach 1 million of production. Then the story continue. In 2000, we received a very prestigious business award for the environment. So Alba is not ignoring the safety, especially we have a very special safety specialist, Muhammad Ali, who is really aware of when Alba talk about safety, what does it really mean? So the story continued, the beautiful story continued in 2010, where the public initial public offering of Bahrain Boras and London Stock Exchange, and they open it for public. Then in 2022, the breakthrough record in safety being achieved of 30 million working hours without lost time injury. It's a big achievement. And in the 2023 all-time production record reached 1,620,000 metric ton per year. And the latest, this is 2024, we have achieved 1.622 million metric ton. And the story continue with the support of the Real family. Alba still writing her histories. Very quick. Aluminum production is not complicated. For 1 metric ton, we need 1.92 metric ton of alumina, 410 kg of carbon, 17 to 19 kg of fluoride, and 13,000 kilowatt of a specific energy. This will produce us the aluminum, the bluish white light having a specific gravity of 2.7 with a melting point of a 658, and it is really normal pure state. The metal would be at that stage is very weak, so soft for most purposes. When mixed with the other alloy element, it become hard and rigid. So it may be formed, drawn, cast, forged and then die cast to any shape you want and any purposes. It is really good for electrical conductivity and most preferable material for industrial application. And by the way, you must have heard about the Pathfinder who been sent to Mars to find ways over there. Proudly, we can say part of pieces in that Pathfinder is made of aluminum. That aluminum is brought forward from Aluminium Bahrain Company, What a Bride for Alba and for the Kingdom of Bahrain. So the final product come in a very different shapes. It's from a molten metal, from standard ingots, from rolling slabs, from pellets. So different forms of a production, of final production based on the final customer requirement. Yes, we are set today as Alba, a new production record exceeding 1.622 million and of yearly production and 30 million of safe working hours without lost time injury in 2024. What a record. Our competitors are Sonier, EGA from Emirates, Qatar Aluminium, Sonier, Sahar from Saudi, from Oman, and we have Constellium from France. So we 1.62 million competing with two companies, which is 2.66 millions, and the rest 627,000 metric ton and 390,000 metric ton, and the last 385,000 metric ton. However, with the vision that we started with in our meeting, definitely we will go beyond the 2 million metric ton per year. Where I am standing, very long.
Excuse me, DTM Abbas, you're standing also past the 18th minute. It seems my background doesn't show to you. I'm just telling you.
I'm closing now. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So here where I am standing, I am the superintendent for the port and marine department, which all the essential raw material are received and supplied to the customers. Thank you very much. And back to the master of ceremony.
Thank you so much, DTM Abbas, for this very detailed presentation on Alba. Apologies, I forgot to introduce you, so I'll do it now.
Oh, thank you.
DTM Abbas has been a Toastmaster since 2005, held a lot of leadership roles and helped to charter several clubs. Currently, he's a member at Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, and his motto in life is, "You add value to people when you value them." And I have to add, we also realize the passion he has for aluminium and for Alba. Wishing you all the best, DTM Abbas.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And now I would like to, Monia is on her way, so if you don't mind, I will make her speech the last speech, and I will go to the speech after, which is no other than DTM Mohammed Shukri. I'll remember to introduce him first now. So DTM Mohammed Shukri is an accredited speaker, and he's the founder and CEO of Y-Axis Training Solutions. And now, please help me welcome DTM Mohammed Shukri, the voice of Prem, DTM Mohammed Shukri. The floor is yours.
Madam Master of Ceremony, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, a very warm good afternoon to you. It was Sunday. I arrived at my company Aluminium Bahrain, where I used to work. But unlike every day, my manager said, meet me at this spot. This spot is outside the territory of the production lines and all other plants. It's on the open field where Alba is building an extension, project extension. I went there. I wasn't alone. I discovered all the safety squad of Alba are there. What happened? We came down from our cars, walked towards the place where a skinny guy is standing facing one of the sites where project was taking place. It was none other than our CEO, Mr. Ahmed Al-Naimi. His back was towards us, and we were waiting for him to turn. When he knew we were all here, he turned to us, said nothing. After some silence and a very mundane good morning, he said, how many of you are here? I wasn't sure. He said, how many safety people do we have in Aluminium Bahrain? Well, we know there are dozens of us, so he wasn't looking for an answer. And then he said, can you hear the voice? Which voice? Can you hear the voice of Prem? We weren't sure who is Prem. Of course, we said we cannot hear his voice. He said, of course you cannot hear Prem because Prem is dead. During the weekend, we lost one of the contractor workers in the project. We looked at the trench, the very hollow, big trench, which can take 2 buses, where pipelines were supposed to be installed, and suddenly the work stopped. On Friday, Prem lost his life as a contractor in an accident. The CEO continued blaming us, and he had all the right to do so. Why do we lose a soul on the site? We have a very good safety record. We take care of all employees regardless of where they come from, nationality, or whether they are employees or outsourced workers. We knew about the accident in the weekend. We weren't ready for our CEO's message. We went back to our work to take care of people, find ways to stop accidents. Few weeks and months later, there were actions to be taken, especially by our department, the Central Safety, Health and Environment. One of them was to improve one of the systems and make it more professional, proper, and accurate. It is called the permit to work. During the investigation, in safety investigation, we break down things really to the tiniest small matters. Permit to work was also one of the things that contributed to the accident. One, not everything. Permit to work is a system. Its name is clear, permit to work. We use this system whenever we are handing over the job from a shift to a shift, or from a team to another team. So that place was a place of work. It was owned by a supervisor. He has to give a permit to the next people to work there. And the permit is a long system and forms, and it requires a lot of accuracy and vigilance. So one of the actions was to improve the permit to work. It was improved by one of my colleagues in the department. Let me call him for now, Ali, okay? Ali, who I go with every day, I walk with, I go in patrols, we even have lunch together. We have a very good relationship, and he's very savvy and very professional in the permit to work. So he developed the system. Not only that, our manager told him, you also train us. So he also conducted the training on the new system, improved system of permit to work. We all attended the workshop, and we signed that we now understand the permit to work, and now we are the ambassadors of teaching the permit to work, the new system, in a very solid way so that we don't have any more accidents like the one with Prem. Then came the time where our manager in the department had our staff weekly meeting. At the end of the meeting, he looked at all of us in the room, and he's from South Africa. He said, okay, about the permit to work, which was conducted by Ali. Thank you, Ali, for conducting the permit to work training. I want to make sure that everybody is ready now to do the training forward and cascaded to all the company. All of you were trained. I hope you are ready and competent. Is everybody happy? Does everybody know exactly how the new permit to work works? There was a pin drop silence in the room. Everybody know that, yes, we know. Of course, yes, because we signed, we know. But there was someone in the room who wasn't sure of the new system, who wasn't sure he understood the new system. And that person was me. I actually didn't understand the system very well from the trainer, who is my friend, Ali. Now, should I say no except me? You know, no one said no. I don't want to be the odd one in the room. I don't want to be the one who looks dumb and odd. So I was struggling with myself. Shall I say the truth or just go ahead and find a way to understand the system? Then was the voice of Prem. In that little silence, the voice of Prem came. I didn't hear it during the accident. I heard it there. What about me? Are you going to, again, are you going to neglect another important safety action which might affect more lives? That was the voice of Prem. I raised my head and I raised my hand and I said, Mr. Manager, his name, I don't want to mention his name here. I said, sir, yes, Muhammad, sir, I don't fully understand the permit to work system yet. I don't feel confident applying it nor teaching it. Again, another silence, pin drop silence in the room. Nobody expected this. I'm the shining star. How do I say this and show that how weak, fragile, unabsorbing is? That meant that all the other 12, 13 safety officers and safety engineers, they are much more competent and ready and understanding than me. My manager kept quiet for a while and then he said, Mohammed, thank you very much for that note. He looked at Ali and said, Ali, you will repeat the training for everyone. I was shocked and surprised. He should have fixed only my misunderstanding. Instead, he said, the permit to work training will be reviewed and even the delivery. I left the room. I am hearing Prem thanking me for taking this action. Friends, maybe I look like a hero here, but it's not me. The leaders are the hero. It is Mr. Ahmed al-Naimi who brought us all there and held us accountable of an accident we did not commit, nor directly we had any role in it. The other leader is my manager, who refused to blame me for not understanding. And he said, we will revise it again and do it better. And if I come at number 3, I don't mind. Okay? Someone has to speak up. Someone has to speak up for those who can no longer speak, for the souls that we lost. Friends, every time you are at a leadership position, which all of us are, think that every small action matters. No matter how tiny it is, don't overlook. Don't overlook any quality, any safety, anything that was designed to make things better. Someone at the other end, somewhere, will be affected by your negligence, by your egotistic feeling of being, I don't want to look wrong, I don't want to look bad, I don't want to look low. Guess what? What part of you is a leader then? Today, I am not only happy that I heard my brother Said Abbas talk about those records, but those records have stories behind them. And this story is one of them. This is how our leadership acted towards every employee, regardless of where they come, labor in Bahrain, Bahraini, non-Bahraini. I am also very proud that I am a Bahraini that I live and work, and I have friends in this country, people who are not holding the Bahraini nationality, but you cannot distinguish. In Bahrain, you cannot distinguish. Everyone is on one beautiful land. Everyone has the same rights. Everyone has the same right to go back to their family and enjoy this beautiful island. This is dynamic leadership. And today, I urge you all, whenever you do anything or about to not do anything, remember, keep quiet a bit and listen. Do you hear the voice of Prem? Madam Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you so much, DTM Muhammad Shukri, for a very inspiring and touching and important speech. And now for our third speaker, no other than DTM Khalid Abdullah. He did put me under pressure because he refused to send me his intro. So I would just like to say from the heart that DTM Abdullah is my own mentor. He's very dear to me. I know he's a mentor of many others, whether it's a member or also for leadership roles. He's always pushing everyone. He's always encouraging everyone. Of course, he has taken many leadership roles, including district director back in 2022, 2023, am I right? And he was the reason, yes, I remember this very well because he was the reason who allowed Egypt and Iraq to join District 20, which was a very big turning point for all of us. And I know that we cherish him in both Egypt and Iraq for this. I hope I did you well. And now, without further ado, I would like to call upon DTM Khalid Abdullah. Focus on the members, not numbers. Focus on the members, not numbers. DTM Khalid Abdullah, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, for the lovely introduction. Yeah, I took the risk at times. I know exactly how you would introduce me. That's why I said, okay, let me take the risk and see how much you would know. She remembers things that I already forgot about. I don't remember when I was a district director. But anyway, back to the topic that I wish to cover in the coming few minutes. It's a very broad topic. It's a workshop by itself. But I thought maybe that's the right time to just remember those few basic stuff. Yesterday, I had one of the contests in the area contest, and I met DTM Ahmed Asif. Many of you know him. And he kept on asking few things that along the line, DTM Ali was not feeling well, and he said, can you take on the speaking spot on his speaking spots? I said, okay, that's the right time to go through this little workshop. So why do we join Toastmasters? Many of us would want to overcome the glossophobia from that person on the left to this person on the right. That's as simple as it is. That's why we joined Toastmaster. But if we dig deeper into it, apart from overcoming public speaking, many of us would want to be looked as confidence in front of others when we stand and speak. Networking, of course, leadership. Many of us I can see in front of me, been through this, and of course, self-development. If I keep opening this, I'm sure many of you would have also long list, and I would definitely advise you to write in the chat if there is something that is apart from that. I joined Toastmaster because of food, which is not basically, yeah, Babco Club food. And that was just an incentive at that time. Why do we stay in Toastmasters? We keep on asking ourselves that same question, right? So self-discovery, self-development, having fun. I always have fun in anything I do. We learn best the moments of enjoyment, and that's what Dr. Ashish Madli told us. Expand on networking, yeah. You start with a club, you grow, you want to go beyond the club to know more people. Low cost for benefit. I would say cost effective, maybe just rephrasing that point. Opportunities for leadership. Mentoring. We love to grow other and see others grow. So the list is really very, very long on why do we. If I can just pause for a second and for everyone to reflect, why are we in this meeting today?
To meet
Yeah.
you. I love to meet you.
And I love to see you and meet you as well, DTM Sayyid Abbas. That's given. That's given. So apart from the love, unconditional love that we have in this amazing meeting, why do members leave Toastmasters?
But I have to say, DTM Khalid, some people find it a chore and they don't like to be pushed, because many of us push with the intention that we like it and we enjoy it, and thinking that everyone else is having the same passion about Toastmasters, and we just push them away for good. So I disagree with you on this.
I love people who disagree with me as well. And that's why in this meeting, to learn about each other. And especially DTM Said Abbas is now doing this with his face. So he loves also to disagree with me.
There is a lot of disagreement, and I will open it up since it will be great to know also. It come in the lines. It will come in the lines.
It will come the lines. All right. Please, please disagree with me, because I love people who disagrees with me. Of course, to answer Toastmaster Suha's question, there are two parts of disagreement. The healthy ones, which is it exactly what is happening right now? And possibly the ones that we don't want to see in Toastmasters. And that's why exactly some members leave our amazing Toastmasters journey. And to name points, lack of interest. They don't feel they are interested in what we do. Expectation gaps. I came to do something, but then I got no mentoring. And this is to the root of what Suha just said. Politics. Yeah, lately there was one person I met saying, okay, I don't want to grow in Toastmasters and become in parts of leadership because of politics. And we can speak at large about this. Personal reasons. I'll travel. I cannot continue in the club. And the list goes on and on. In that case, how do we know if members are interested to stay? There are some would be actively coming forward and saying it bluntly. I'm not getting what I'm here for. Would be just passive, and slowly they might not attend few meetings and then they just disappear. And when I was CGD, that was exactly one of the areas where I always look at and just keep on praying at night. What is happening? I was CGD during COVID, so the numbers were not at all in favor. That's where I came to and ask myself, are we really focusing on the members or just the numbers? Are we here just for DCPs? Are we here to have more from the same? And that's a question I keep on asking myself, and that's
DTM Sayed, what do you think? You were CGD once upon a time.
yeah, I would
What do you
love to hear
think
from
what
DTM
DTM Khalid
Sayed.
is saying?
Yeah. I'd love to hear from DTM Sayed, always, of course.
Well, it's been said you have to keep it painful to let the pain go away. And definitely membership is really a pain. I've been in different positions, and people come and go for one reason or another. Nevertheless, the blame will be on the leadership. And we have heard from our DTM Muhammad, the leader has to stand. So that's why here I bring back the story to our leader, DTM Khalid. So you have seen the membership drop. So what kind, as a leader, what's your course of action? So it is not good enough to feel sad about it. However, what's being done to overcome?
Great, thank you so much, DTM Sayed. And this is something exactly what was happening in the district. Everyone was just pointing at one or two persons and waiting for a miracle to happen. So leadership is not just one person. Leadership is people who, it's a belief. It's deeper than just individuals. And we cannot definitely do much alone. We need to have people who are in front of us. And let me just go forward and I will come to answer your question, DTM Sayyid Abbas. There are few.
So you go for numbers then, more than members, because the chart shows a lot of numbers, right?
Oh, lots
And
of
then
numbers.
when we are in big meetings, we have these slides with few photos and lots of numbers.
Very
So how
much,
come?
lots of numbers.
Very much.
And that's why
Yes.
I'm coming to this basic mission that we keep on sometimes forgetting about, and we don't even remind on why are we here. Magic happens in a club levels and not definitely on districts. Without clubs, without members, there is no district. That's why I always come back and say it's not about the numbers, it's about the quality of the meetings that we have. Are we abiding by the club mission? We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And that's the question to ask ourselves many, many times. And that is something I would love to see. And that's part of the discussion that I had with DTM Ahmed Asif yesterday. There is a district success plan, division success plan, area success plan, and club success plan. But is there something called member success plan? Do we really go and ask our members, are you joining because you want to improve your public speaking, or has the goal changed? And these are a few points that I would go back to what DTM Sayyid Abbas said. So we need to define members' need. We need to have a vision that would cascade not just the club, not just the area division, but then up to the district, because these are all just numbers. But what do they mean for the members? So we need to have a mutual understood vision for all of us to grow.
I'm sorry, but Monia, as a member at Giza Toastmasters, do you think that having a member success plan is a good idea?
Oh, I'd love to hear from Mania, of course. I'd love to hear from.
Come again, Toastmasters, Suha, please.
DTM Khalid Abdullah was saying that we have many success plans, and he's suggesting to have a member success plan. So what do you think of that?
You mean like attracting many members, new members to the club?
I have no idea what he's saying. That's why I'm taking your opinion.
Well, I think he meant this, but let's see if he agrees with me or not.
And there we go. And that's exactly just another example of miscommunication that we have in clubs. So what do we do with such miscommunications? We need to go back and ask ourselves, if something similar to this happened, do we leave that conversation for another day, or do we continue that conversation after? I would definitely love to continue that conversation with you, Toastmaster Suha and Toastmaster Munia, and definitely we need to integrate that vision. We need to show the big picture. We need to say, or to see what's the unique offering that we have for individuals. Increase recognition, elevate the fun factor. Yeah, we love to have fun, but how can we elevate the fun factor as well? And treasure the relationships. If I have something today with DTM Said Abbas, of course, this is just now, but the relationship is what will keep us glued together. And this is something I came to know when I joined HR recently. So whatever we do in Toastmaster, trust me, would really be applicable also to elsewhere at work. So there are the stages of employee experience. Attracting talent, and that's what we do for any corporate. What do we do on the day when they come for the first day at work? Onboarding new hires. Creating moments that matter. Someone maybe got married. Someone maybe just got promoted. So are we there for members, in that case, our arena, when they have moments that matter? And then offboarding, some members would leave us. What do we do for them? Let me now zoom back to Toastmaster, and this is the members' life cycle. Members come to clubs from two routes. This is the normal route. They come to know about Toastmaster. We recruit them, and then we onboard them, which is the induction. Sometimes members leave. So what do we do for those non-renewing members? We really need to re-engage them and reactivate them as members. And here is the big chunk, moments that matter. What do we do for members who are active in our clubs? We need to definitely increase value to members, a value proposition. We need to find ways to retain them. That happens through participation. Create brand ambassadors. Speak for long about our PRM and what she's been doing. Education is the heart of any Toastmasters meeting. So we need to look at something for them to grow through pathways. Recognition and appreciation is nothing that can stick for long, just like recognition and appreciation. I'll go very quickly to the coming slides, but leave it to the question and answer toward the end, because I understand that the time is also of an essence. These are just a few suggestions on how we can improve.
So do you believe that the quality is better than the numbering?
They come together. So if you have good quality, numbers would come naturally.
But the main focus of the district, which downstream to even to our club level, more focus on the objective of the club level. You cannot be distinguished until you have so number. Then this will reflect to the area and reflect to the division and so on. So
let me talk about Alba for a second, since you're an employee. So even in Alba, we have KPIs, right? Yes. So we need to meet the safety requirement. We need to meet the number of employees that we need to induct. We need to have a program for the new employees who are joining Alba. These are processes and they are aligned with KPIs. But if you don't focus on the quality of the process itself, then the number that you're getting is just a number. That does not mean that there is a quality of what we do as well in there. I hope that answered your question, DTM Ali. DTM Said Abbas.
Look like I'm putting pressure on you.
I can go on and on, but then the time is I can see the time is already red. And these are a few measures that we can have as well. Yes, what doesn't get measured doesn't get achieved. So I agree with DTM Said Abbas. We need sometimes to have numbers, but then the quality of the process is what with retained members. These are just a few ideas as well for lost members that we can also attract them. I'll leave you with this. And I'd love to hear from you later on during the Q&A. So thank you so much, and back to our Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid Abdullah, for, of course, you're speaking about Toastmasters, you're speaking from your heart, and you can all see this during your speech. Thank you so much. And now we have our fourth and last but not least speaker. We have Toastmaster Monia Salam. Toastmaster Monia is a member at Giza Toastmasters Club, and she finally came back after a very long gap, so we are really happy to have her. And she's doing one of her projects today. Hopefully she'll be completing level 2 and participating in the international speech contest at Giza Toastmasters Club, and she was a champion last year, so we wish her all the best. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Monia Salam, on purpose, for purpose. On purpose, for purpose, Toastmaster Monia Salam, the floor is yours.
Okay. Am I audible and visible, Toastmaster Suha? Okay.
Yes, you are.
Right after I had finished my high school, my friends and I decided to study university in Germany. Now, my father actually liked the idea. He was completely fine with it, but in one condition. See, where I come from, there is something we call a gap year between finishing high school and starting university. And my dad's condition for that year was to score high in one of the English international tests and to complete levels A1, A2, and B1 in German. For me, that was a piece of cake. At the end of that year, I sat with my dad with all the documents in front of us. Everything was achieved. My dad here decided to surprise me, a small surprise, when he pulled out of his shirt pocket an ID card. This ID card was for Sana'a University, the public university in my country. Thank you, Dad. Now, to be honest, that wasn't the saddest part, because the saddest part was when the major that my dad had chosen for me was in Arabic, not English nor German. I was speechless at that moment. And I remember telling my dad, while my eyes were shedding tears like Niagara Falls, "You lied to me deliberately, didn't you?" My dad here, with a soft, careless, and reckless voice, replied, "Yes, I did. I did this on purpose, but for purpose." Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, years later, to be honest, I thanked my dad so much for not sending me to Germany at a very young age. And to be honest, many doors were and are still opened for me because of the two languages I'm speaking. I mean, duh, look what I'm doing now and where I am. So I'm quite sure that every and each one of you has encountered something similar to my story. Another example that happened last year, 2024. Last year, January of 2024, everything seemed perfect in my life. I mean, I have my bunch of friends whom I'm having so much fun with. I have my job that was doing so great and I was showered with cash. I had Europe that I was about to visit in April 2024. And I had just one more speech to deliver to be qualified for the international speech test here in Toastmasters. Just one more speech, just one more speech. And on Saturday, just hours before the speech time, I received a phone call all the way from Saudi Arabia telling me that my mom had a stroke, and she's half paralyzed, and she remembers nothing. And in just 2 weeks from that phone call, I left everything. I left Egypt. I left my job without looking back. I left my friends and Europe. Unfortunately, I left my speech and the international speech contest. Can you imagine that I also left my apartment's door opened with the keys on? And I remember standing at Riyadh's airport and trying to imagine how my next chapter of my life would look like. To be honest, that was the hardest and the scariest moment I have ever had. But little did I know that there was actually a purpose for all of that. One of them is when I discovered that the only thing that I needed that year was my family around me. I realized that I had ignored the signals coming from my mind, soul, and body when they were asking for some peace, just some peace. And happily, I found the peace with my family. Now, you will be saying, okay, Munir, what about Toastmasters? Don't worry. Yes, I was away from Toastmasters. I didn't deliver any speeches. I didn't attend any meetings. And I didn't participate in any of the competitions. Yes, but for me, last year was the year of results. To see the results of being a Toastmasters member. So I finally got the chance to see all of these results. One of them, for example, was being able to make friendships easily. That would never have happened if I hadn't joined Toastmasters. From the way I grew up, all right, like people, you want to have friendship with me, then you come and approach me. I will not do it. But that completely changed after Toastmasters. I actually was able to make friendships easily to the extent that one of my new friends offered me to be a partner with them in their business. Another new friend actually got interested in Toastmasters, and she flew all the way from Yemen to Egypt to attend one of the meetings here in Jizza Toastmasters. I'm quite sure Suha had met her. Now, another thing actually that I noticed as a result of being a member at Toastmasters was communication. I noticed that now I feel like I'm better at communicating with people. I know how to start. I know how to pause and when to end the conversation and patiently wait for some results out of this competition. What about you? Have you guys experienced something similar when you guys felt lost and able to fathom what is going on, and then later on you found out that there was actually a purpose behind all of this? Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Monia, for a very insightful speech. And I hope your mother is better now, inshallah. I'd like to thank all our dear 4 speakers for such great speeches. And now, what's a speech without having evaluation? We need to know what we did well and what areas that could be improved for our future projects. And I have no one better than DTM Sara Ibrahim to be, no pressure, DTM Sara, to be the evaluator of these 4 incredible speeches. I know all of you know DTM Sara. DTM Sara was the immediate past District 20 admin manager, and she is the current District 20 public relations manager. So if any of you was wondering, oh, wow, what are these lovely designs we are getting on the WhatsApp groups? It's because of DTM Sarah Abdullah. Please help me welcome DTM Sarah Abdullah. Sorry, Sarah Ibrahim. Who is Sarah Abdullah? The floor is yours, DTM Sarah Ibrahim.
So you changed my name today. You went on to change my credential today. Good job. Good job. I like it. I like it. Quite enjoying it so. I love the effect I have on you. I thought that effect only Ditam Khalid has on most people, but okay. Well, I would like to say I put myself in a tough spot when I volunteered to be an evaluator today at an OIG. It's been a long time, by the way. But honestly speaking, four exceptional speakers. I've heard Munia at a different place altogether, not in that, of course. And the other three, I've always heard them, and they are definitely exceptional speakers. And there's a lot I want to say, and I have scribbled today continuously, where to an extent that my father was thinking that I was doing classes at this point of time. So I told him, no, it's something more interesting than classes. Let's start with our first speaker, DTM Syed Abbas. And honestly speaking, keeping all the jokes and his humorous side apart, there is something about DTM Syed that is very revered in Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. For all of you who don't know him that well on a level that we BAT members know him and we as family know him, I love the fact when he talks about Alba, whether as not just as an employee, there's a different pride and emotion in his voice, in his eyes. And that's something that I believe every employee should have in regards to his company. So, and that's what I saw. His project was using descriptive language. He used it very well through his words, his voice, and definitely he could not make eye contact as much because I think he was quite impressed by the slide presentation that he created. And he kept looking at the figures and statistics. And I'm pretty sure, just like how amazed we all were, I think he was also amazed of the 50 years legacy that Alba has created and the milestones that they had. So the introductory premise that you had, which you reflected back on DT Mohammad Shukri's speech from our last BAT meeting, it was a really good premise. But it would have been good if the audience would have heard that speech. It would have set the tone for your speech in an even better manner. So I would recommend that open with a premise, probably a story of Alba, rather than just jumping right into it, or maybe giving something like 50 years, 50 years of a legacy that is to be shared today with all of you. So something that catches hold of our attention, because DTM Shukri's speech, probably not many would have heard it. But if you talk about your Alba itself, that is something that you would have a callback to it later in your speech. I was definitely impressed by this slide. People in back know that I keep calling them oldies, and I don't expect much about regarding all these oldies with their technology. But I was really, really impressed, and I was like, oh, I do not want to write during his speech. The statistics, the data shared, what I loved the best was you explained it in layman language. I think now I can also join Alpha, even though I am not qualified to do it. But after your speech and the way you explain certain terminologies, for example, the reduction lines where you explain the line 6 of how big it is or how long it is, you compare it to Burj Al Khalifa, and that reference, that was great. I could imagine that visual descriptive language that you use created that imagery in my mind. So great job done, DTM Syed. Yet another thing is, since I could not see you making as much eye contact with me, probably you were focusing on the slides, I would recommend that reduce the text on the slides, look at us and speak. that connection that you want to create with us as your audience, it would be the most effective if you're actually not looking at the slides, but focusing on us rather, because this is your subject. You're a subject expertise in this particular topic about Alba. And there are people over here who are wanting to hear from you, of course. So I would recommend this. Otherwise, great job done, DTM Syed. Honestly, a brilliant way of giving away the project. I never expected this project to be done in such a way. And thank you so much. And congratulations to you, your journey with Alba as well. Moving ahead to our second speaker. He's an accredited speaker. He's the one and only, of course, DTM Shukri. Quite an exceptional speaker. He is a storyteller. Any topic he brings up which has some information that he wants to give, he gives it in a manner which is of a storytelling format so that it's easier on people who do not understand safety or anything related to whatever his subject matter expertise is. So great job on the anecdotal premise that you set at the very beginning. And when you said at the very end, do you hear the voice of Prem? I am pretty sure that I was not there to hear the voice of Prem, but I heard you today. You were the voice of Prem today over here. And that, I believe, was the main and the most important crux of the entire story. Be the voice for the voiceless. And it came out so beautifully through your speech. So for me, those key takeaways were the key figures that you emphasized on, your manager, how that person tried to incorporate and make a change by himself, how you spoke up because someone has to do it. And of course, Mr. Ahmed Al-Noini. So bringing that out and emphasizing on it was amazing. Somewhere, DTM Shukri, the virtual space does not do justice to your storytelling. And this is, of course, in my humble opinion, because we have seen you speaking on stage, we've seen you speaking in person, and that is a different experience altogether. That was missing. I would believe that if you could just get up, go a little bit back, just like our fourth speaker, Toastmaster Monia did, and get into that real DTM Shukri mode of yours, I think that speech would come out even more brilliantly. The characterization at the very beginning needed a little bit of enhancements, but I know that you made it up in the later parts of the story that you continued. Otherwise, great job done always. And the transition through each story segment was so smooth. It felt I was reading a novel instead of actually listening to you. So honestly, an author's point of view, I'm sorry. But thank you for such an exceptional storytelling, but with a few nitty-gritties that needs to be fixed. But definitely look forward to more speeches from your end. Okay, let me take a breath. The third speaker, DTM Khalid.
Drink a
doesn't
lot
know him.
before eating Khalid.
It's okay. I will drink water after this. DTM Khalid Abdullah, when I saw his speech writing and his project, and when DTM Ali gave me the assignment, I was okay, this is not going my way at all. Because I really wanted to listen to him for once. Being a district leader, you have to listen to such leaders talk about something where at that time, they probably would not have worked on numbers. They would have still, been looking at the KPIs every single day on the dashboard. But otherwise, you set the premise by mentioning why you brought this topic. And it's a very good premise, considering that we are experienced Toastmasters, we are newbies. All of us know somewhat of Toastmasters. Sometimes we forget. So it's very good to bring it all back. And let me just say this, and I believe all of you would agree with me here. DTM Khalid is an epitome of patience, calm, and composed. And basically smiling and laughing Buddha all the time. Because whatever was thrown at him did not deter him from the actual topic at hand. Whether it was DTM Syed Abbas arguing and debating with him, which DTM Khalid is quite used to by now, or whether it was me jumping in between and pulling in DTM Syed to talk about his term as CGD, taking away the spotlight of DTM Khalid, of course, for that very short bit. Either ways, he knew how to give that spotlight. He knew how to interact with the audience in a certain manner. And I think he identified what each of our roles were. So that is great because he followed textbook as based on the project guidelines. I was sitting with my project guidelines, so I saw it. For me, the key highlight of your entire speech was the member success plan. And I believe, why don't we have it? And why have you kept quiet till date? Because I've never heard you speak about this before. So this, I felt, should have been more enhanced and more brought out into your speech. When you rushed at the very end of your speech, I felt that, no, I wanted more. But I think because of managing the audience part took up some of your time. I'm not going to apologize for that. You should have cut down on your slide deck. That is what I believe in. Yet another thing which I'll pick on, that's the last point I'll pick on, is at the beginning, you went into digressing from the actual speech topic, which is you went on to get into a very comfortable sort of a conversational note with Toastmaster Soha, whereas that takes up a chunk of your time because every minute counts. You know that as a speaker. So I prefer you get into preparing yourself, get into the speech right ahead, because we are here to give all our attention to you and you alone. Otherwise, everything, all in all, was brilliant. And love the fact that you completed the project, hands down, brilliantly executed. So thank you, DTM Khalid. And our last speaker, since she's going for the club contest, of course, I'll be evaluating you based on your project objectives, which I think you, hands down, did a wonderful job on it, Monia. But let's come to the part where, I was looking at different aspects, since you'll be going to give it as an international speech as well. You had, of course, a very strong opening, but when we come to your message was very strong and impactful. Only and only if you could have paused, given it a little bit of an effect to it, and given us time to think. After you said your message, you immediately went on to thank and give the control back to the master of ceremonies. Give it time. Let it sink in. Let your audience get that message. Let it hit them hard. Until and unless that does not happen, the audience is not affected by your speech. You have used the virtual screen in the best manner possible. So kudos on that. Honestly, you ticked that project objective at that point of time. You had a very positive body language throughout your speech. There are parts where you did characterization at the very beginning between you and your dad, between different characters. It is always a best practice, in my humble opinion, to change your voice. You might not be able to make it as heavy as your dad's, but if you change your voice, it is like an effect in your speech, turning that speech into something which was phenomenal. All your movements were purposeful. Even when you were not moving, you had your hands like this, and that is very good, hand gesture, according to me, to keep it during your speech. It keeps you from being nervous also. I do that quite often, so I know this. But when it comes to movement, when you're moving backwards, it was not very smooth as you were moving side to side. And that happens when you're on the virtual screen. You cannot judge how much of you can be seen on the screen while moving. When you do it in person, probably it would be even better than what you did on the virtual space. The last and final thing from my side, as a recommendation, would be when you are saying statements, that you want them to hit us. For example, I'm giving you one example, which is I was speechless. Drop your voice an octave lower. I was speechless. When you do that, we are with you in that moment. Your voice, that emotion, it hits us. That effect enhances the speech. Pause, drop your voice when it's absolutely needed. You already have the rest in your bag. Great job done, Professor Monia. And to all the speakers, okay, now I need to breathe. I can't believe it. I'm within time today. I should get something from DTM Ali, by the way. But thank you so much to all the speakers. You were definitely exceptional and exemplary. And I've never enjoyed so much writing and putting so many positive points. But at Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters, we believe in giving you positive criticism as much as possible, rather than focusing on just the positives, because you get to learn more and become a better and, of course, an effective speaker at the end of the day. And I hope I have not upset any one of you. If you're upset, you can text me and we can debate it out on my WhatsApp, of course. Thank you so much. And back to you, Master Selmi, so Master Soha.
Thank you so much, DTM Sarah Ibrahim, not Abdullah, for a very constructive evaluation for our 4 great speakers. And now I'm really happy that we're exactly on time, which is absolutely amazing. Now we come to the panel discussion, which I will be hosting. So I'll be the panel moderator, and I'll be asking our dear 4 speakers some questions regarding their speeches. And at the end, hopefully we'll have the time to open the floor to our dear members and guests in case they would like to ask our speakers any questions. So as a general question, just to get the ball rolling, I would like to ask DTM Saeed Abbas, why did you choose this topic today? We can all see your great passion regarding ALBA, but why did you choose this topic today? Could you unmute yourself?
Well, it's come from a motto from Toastmasters. They said, when you love Toastmaster, you speak it out everywhere, in your friends, with your family, in your work. And we used to talk about Toastmaster in every corner. And I personally love Toastmaster to extreme. It's my family. Now, comparing ALBA with Toastmasters, both of them are so close to my heart. Then it is time to speak out ALBA the way I really want. So ALBA legacy with 50 years is not come alone. It come with a lot of legacies of individual, and my legacy is exceptional. So 35 to 36 years being in the same company, that happens only when you have a very faith to your wife, then you stay all the way. So I love ALBA to extreme. There is a lot of challenges, of course, and such challenges make you stronger. There is ups and downs to extreme. You don't even believe it, and if you open it, it will open a lot of stories. Muhammad Shikri knows this sometimes, but this kind of challenges really make you stronger. And in one of interview with ALBA, I said, ALBA is not teaching as a technical only, but it does make you a better person. It does teach you how to be a leader. And when I've said, keep it painful to let the pain go away, it's a matter for the leadership. However, on the other hand, you have to be a human. So if you've been chosen, this is one of the CEO's decisions or question to us. When you've been giving two options, to give a person a warning letter because he's not listening to the safety rules and regulation, or you would hand it over a death letter to his family, what would you choose? Both decisions are very hard. It is very hard when I give somebody warning letter because I know the emotional situation for him. It will be demotivating him. However, after a certain period, we need to make it a painful. So when I'm talking about Alba, I'm talking about myself. And thinking of retiring from Alba, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. Believe me, it's very difficult. So legacy of Alba is my legacy.
Thank you so much, DTM Said Abbas. We can see the passion in your words. And now I would like to ask the same question to DTM Mohammed Shukri. Why did you choose this topic today? I'm not sure if you had planned it with DTM Sayed. I'm sure you didn't, but it was an excellent, excellent match.
I never know that Muhammad will talk about Alba, really. I never know.
Yeah, what a coincidence. I also was going to text you, Madam Master of Ceremonies. Maybe it's a good gift that Toastmaster Munia delayed because I wanted to be really after Sayyid Abbas after listening to him, as if it's episode 2 of his speech, you know? So thank you for coming late, Toastmaster Munia. I mean, not late, yani. And yeah, I chose this speech. I am a Toastmaster since 2004, and I already earned my DTM on the old manual and system. And I haven't delivered project speeches after I became a DTM. So now I'm back because even though I'm a full-time speaker, I really cannot find a platform like Toastmasters to sharpen my skills and to fill the gaps that I keep finding, by the way. The more you speak, the more you train, the more you practice. And if you are vigilant and open to learning, you will be able to spot shortcomings or gaps in your learning, in your practice. So I said, I'm going to come back. I'm going to speak in my club, an advanced club. And I am secretly assigning my evaluators to look for specific things other than the form that they fill. Okay. And today, Toastmaster DTM Sarah was very helpful. So I chose this topic because I am now at the project, which is voice, okay, voice modulation and body language. So I remember this topic because there are so many characters in impersonating different emotions and different situations and attitudes. So it was the best story to impersonate all of them. And actually, I already planned the stage, but I'm too lazy after today's match boost. I was too lazy to stand and move in front of the camera. And I have always said this to any mentor, any new Toastmaster. Just go through the manual, read the objectives carefully. You don't need for any mentor to tell you what to do, how to prepare, or help you. The manual says clearly, when you pass the voice and body language, if you pass that project, you will not look for those skills in another project. Sorry, you lost your opportunity, your chance. So live fully with every project and do it to your best level. Thank you very much, and back to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Shukri, for this great advice. And I have to say, I'm very privileged to be the Master of Ceremonies and the panel moderator for your comeback to Toastmasters. And next, we go to dear DTM Khaled Abdullah, and the same question. Why did you choose? Well, we know your passion to Toastmasters, but let us have a smooth start and for you to answer, why did you choose this topic today?
All right, so should I sugarcoat it or say it as it is?
Honesty.
Honesty, great. So few days ago, in our group, we have the OIEG group, and I saw DTM Said Abbas and DTM Muhammad Shukri, and I think DTM Ali was also listing his name there. But I was really, really very busy last week. I look at the groups and so on. So DTM Ali texts in the XCOM saying, well, okay, so DTM Sarah is already saying, don't. I'm being very blunt and open. They ask me to be open. So he said if there would be someone who was interested as well to participate, and I texted and I said, I really wanted to be a speaker, but I could not have time to prepare myself. Last night, he texted me while I was in the area contest, and he said, okay, I'm sick, I'm not able to deliver, so it's your term if you want to speak. And I said, okay, maybe he did not read my message in the XCOM saying that I'm not really ready. But during the area contest, I had a conversation with DTM Ahmed Asif, and we were speaking about members retention and what we need to do. And that's when it came to me. All right, I have already a workshop that I delivered on this 5 years ago. So I had to look at the workshop itself and just inject a few things that I also learned throughout the years. And I said, okay, I'm already there, ready. And I had that disruptions. DTM Said Abbas is there, so I know that I would anyway receive some disruptions. So I wanted to use the objective of the speech in there anyway. So that's why I chose that. So it was somehow planned, somehow unplanned, but I'm really happy to speak my heart up for the members and not definitely the numbers.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid, and you always are supporting and speaking on behalf of the members from what I can see. So thank you for that. Going back to DTM Sayed Abbas, I was quite interested when you said that Alba, marriage, and Toastmasters all have something in common. So I would like to know, what are the similarities and what are the differences? And also, what is painful in each of these? In a nutshell, of course.
Well, before 2005, where I joined Toastmasters, we were always under pressure at work. So one of the managers said, yes, you are doing well, everybody doing well, but as a human being, you need third place. And third place, you name it, the way somebody go to coffee shop, somebody go to training, somebody go to, I don't know, depend on everyone, somebody not going night clubs and so on. So you need to find third place to let your pressure go away. If you continue with Alba, you need to continue releasing the pressure. So you have to release the pressure. There is a pressure because we have objectives, we have targets, we have on daily basis. Especially I am handling the port. They have day by day different challenges, meet a lot of people. So it gives me opportunity also to join Toastmasters, where you meet different people, different mentality, different challenges. Likewise, DTM Muhammad Shukri, I also completed all the program to achieve my DTM. And we gone through a deep, what do you call, understanding of that program. So after you really get to know what you need to know about Toastmaster, all of a sudden, they change the program to another program. And this is another challenge. You have to refresh. Likewise, your family. If there is a family, you are coming from different background, your wife comes from different background. You are coming from different education level, and she is coming from different education level. Yes, there is a love, but there is a challenge. There is a lot of a hot subject. required a very wise man to stay along the way. You are the driver. You are your hands on the wheel. Regardless the passenger, it's not like you are, taking off the airplane. You are in isolation. You are the co-pilot. No, you are with them. So you have to live the challenges. You have sometimes you have to come down. And please, I'm very grateful when I say I have come down many times. I used to say to my wife, hey, you listen, I am handling more than 250 employees, contractor and Alba. How could on earth I cannot handle you? It's only because I use my heart. So regardless, the common factor between all of them is love. When you love, I don't know what Dr. Muhammad Shukri is saying, but I like it, whatever you say. It is love. When you put unconditional love wherever you go, and this is what is our theme, unconditional love for Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster years ago. And this is, I believe, this is the common. I be patient so much. I listen. Yes, sometime my horses get uncontrolled, but I have to come back, bring my horses under control, and I keep the love floating regardless the challenges.
Thank you so much, DTM Sayyid Abbas. You summed it up. It's love. I know we're almost, that was a very short panel discussion, but I will quickly go to DTM Muhammad Shukri and ask him. Usually it's very hard to go against someone's ego, as you mentioned, and be the one to look odd and dumb. When they conducted this training again, did you really think that or realize that you were the only one who wasn't aware of the trainings? Or did you realize that other members were also as dumb and odd but didn't want to raise their hands? And I hope you can answer in 1 minute.
Well, I don't know where you come from these questions from. All right. It's as if you read my mind. And that's exactly what we miss. When you say something which is you need courage to say, rest assured you're not the only ones that thinks of this, but it's the courage that they lack. And courage, just a reminder, it's not fearlessness. Courage is I am afraid and I will do it. And that's number one in Be Brave in Babco, right? Khalid. Also, as a speaker, when you go on stage, this is what I teach also. You might think you're the only one who's thinking of this weird, odd idea. Give it a try, be courageous, go on the stage, you will be surprised. And in my case, I'm no longer surprised that vast number of people say, thank you for reading our mind. Thank you for speaking our mind and telling what we couldn't say otherwise. So in all cases, this is really a powerful public speaking.
Thank you so much, DTM Shukri. Yes, most of the time we are not alone, weird and odd, but we are the more courageous ones who just allowed ourselves to show our vulnerability. One last question. I know the red card is up, but I need to ask DTM Khalid Abdullah. DTM Khalid Abdullah, yes, we usually say that quality over quantity or members over numbers, but actually, when it comes to the corporate, the upper pyramid, numbers is an important issue. So what is it you would like to do today in order to be able to combine both? Being able to go with the KPIs and follow the numbers and find them and see that they're rising up high, and at the same time not compromising the quality and the needs of the members. In 1 minute, sorry.
Again, what just like our boss asked me, similar question. What doesn't get measured doesn't get achieved. So numbers are really important. But if you focus on how am I going to fix the numbers, then you are focusing in the wrong direction. You need to focus on how to satisfy members, numbers would come by themselves. So it's not top to bottom, it's bottom up. We need to focus on the magic that happens, and we need to meet the goals of members, and that's exactly what would be reflected in whatever KPI that we have.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid, for this very informative answer. And I would really love to have another round of questions and given more time for our dear guests and members to ask you. But I'm very conscious of the time. The red is lighting my screen. So I have to go to the next segment. I have to thank all our dear speakers first, both for your speeches as well as opening the floor and allowing me to ask you some questions. I have many more questions, but time is limited. So thank you so much. Next, we go to the awards and recognition. I'm not sure if there'll be Slido coming up or how
Yes,
it's done.
thank you very much.
Yes, the
Yes,
floor is
there is
yours.
slide. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Suha, for this amazing role you took today. You were amazing. You were magnificent. We enjoyed it. We didn't feel that you took us smoothly throughout the whole day. All this gold is gold, because not only because it's old. I'm still young in Toastmasters, but I bring my old wisdom here, as well as each and everyone in the club and in Toastmasters as well. Thank you all for the amazing evening we had today. For Said Abditi, I'm Said Abbas. I remember you every time I got an aluminum tray in Lebanon, and I turned it upside down and said, made in Bahrain. Oh, this is where DTM Said Abbas works. I know the whole details, but you are there with us, DTM Muhammad Shukri. Thanks for the amazing speech you did. I missed part of it because I had a challenge in my work. I had to go and solve it and come back to you, but your feedback at the end, read every single detail in the project we present, and there we learn. This is the first mentor we have on paper, and then we have our real member, mentor, DTM Khalid Abdullah. Thanks for the really interesting presentation you did. It was really amazing. I like the sequence you did, numbers or members. This is something that worries every club, not only the numbers, but the members to be distinguished as well with the leadership, with the experience we share, with the journey we live throughout our pathways and in the club as well. I would like to thank, where she is, Toastmaster Monia, she's not here, she left, for the amazing speech she presented. Our amazing DTM Sarah Ibrahim, she's always amazing. Every task she does, we know that she will do her best to present it. Thank you for the amazing work, really hard work you did evaluating 4 speeches at the same time. Thank you for taking the role. You are really magnificent. Thanks, Toastmaster Soha, again for you. Before we hear the feedback from our guest, and I would like to say special welcome to DTM Itham Baran for joining All This Gold. The club is always yours. So we have thanks, special appreciation for Toastmaster Suha Kutub for being the master of ceremony for All This Gold, number 44, Rise and Shine, the power of a new day. I hope you all shine today. DTM Said Abbas for being the speaker number 1 in All This Gold today. A big round of applause for him. Toastmaster Munya Salam for being speaker 4 today. And let's all give her a big round of applause. DTM Muhammad Shukri, your speech was amazing. Again, a big round of applause for being here and sharing us your valuable experience in public speaking as well as in Toastmasters. DTM Khalid Abdullah, also a big round of applause. Thanks for your participation and sharing your experience and your, let's say, your daydreaming in Toastmasters and your passion for Toastmasters. We all feel like everyone in Toastmasters know you, not only in Bahrain, but all over the world, I believe. And thanks for DTM Sarah Ibrahim for being our evaluator. And a very big thank for Toastmaster Malaki Aitani for accepting the role of the timer at the last moment. Really very thank you. A big round of applause. You were amazing and you did a great, everyone today did a great job. And now let me ask before we end up, we still have few minutes to, you are here, Toastmaster Munya. Thanks for your speech. We really learned a lot. Your hand gestures were really nice. I enjoyed them. We have Anud Omar. I wonder if you are a Toastmaster or a guest. Would you like to introduce yourself and give us your
She's a DTM, by
feedback?
the way.
She's DTM Anud. Yes. Would you like to give us your feedback after you attended All This Gold today? You are most welcome in Bat Club. We are bats, but we are peaceful, funny, like life, oldies and youngs, but we enjoy life. DTM Anud, the floor is yours. Please give us your feedback, please.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Widad and everyone, and it was an enjoyable meeting. I don't see any bats at all, but to me, this gold is shining. Apologies to be jumping into the middle of your very, let's say, complex speech, DTM Khalid. No surprise there, and I think it's my bad luck. When I came into the meeting, I was encountered with DTM Khalid. No surprise, he speaks about Toastmasters. Anyways, it was a pleasure meeting everyone. This is a beautiful experience, and I personally enjoy evaluations. DTM Sarah on spot. That was a report to die for, honestly. Loved it, enjoyed the vibes. I am definitely coming back again. Wonderful, wonderful. Actually, kudos all across. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, DTM Anud, for your very nice feedback. You're always welcomed in Bat Club. We still have our guest for today, Ribal Yahya. He's from Lebanon. Ribal, would you introduce yourself and tell us what's your feedback about All This Gold Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club meeting today?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for this incredible meeting. I'm here to learn from you. I'm doing a life coach course with Dr. Widad, and I'm very interested in public speaking. I wish I can join you just to take experiences. It was a very beautiful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ribal, for attending today, for the time you allotted for being with us. This means a lot. And I would like to hear from DTM Pitambaran. Bibi, would you like to share us something from your side? So long we haven't
Thank
met.
you. Thank you very much, Madam President, and my dear bats, and of course the guests as well. We always say Toastmasters is all about public speaking, leadership, and networking. And I would say today that even Toastmaster is a painkiller because after extracting a tooth, I was like under severe pain, still under medication. But then I thought, once I joined here, at least for the last 1.5 hour, I forgot about what was happening with me. So thank you very much. I joined when DTM Khalid was presenting the speech and when exactly DTM Said Abbas intervened the speech. So like Tom and Jerry style, as usual, always. Thank you very much. Of course, a lot of learning and love to return to bat. Yesterday, even I was speaking to DTM Khaled about certain things, but definitely I will be joining back to bat in recent, say in couple of months' time if things are okay. Thank you.
Yes,
Back to you.
Yes, there is always a place for you, DTM Pitambaran in Bat Club. We don't feel that you left us. You are in our hearts anyway. And get well soon. I'm working
Thank
on
you.
myself as therapy by work. I was sick for the past 3 days, and I was evaluating my whole week as a coach. And I noticed that I committed myself and did all the obligations I have in 95%. That was great for me despite my illness. And this is something, as you said, painkiller. Toastmaster is painkiller. And today I'm at my full energy since early morning, since sunrise, and even before sunrise. Maybe because, not maybe, should definitely because we are committed. We learn that leadership is something that goes beyond the human pain. It goes beyond human laziness. It encourages us and motivates us to be better and to have a better life. Members, would you like to say something because before we adjourn the meeting? And Toastmaster Judy, would you like to say something? Toastmaster Malak, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I would like to say that it was a pain for me to be the timer and interrupt or be kind of stopping the speakers because I was really enjoying them. Those were really thought-provoking speeches, and I don't know how DTM Khalid tolerated all these disruptions. I mean, what was going on? But yeah, we did laugh at that, and mashallah, he did that with his steady smile. And that's all. I just want to say, I enjoyed every one of these speeches. I got emotional sometimes, even at the end of DTM Muhammad Shukri's speech. And that's all from my side. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can I have a point?
Yes, definitely.
Allah yasser.
It's
Allah دايما ستار. You know what's made me really smile internally? That you do your job very well and then let God take care. So today I've been recruited to be precisely to be interpreter. So I really don't know. So we were doing it for fun, and today I have been recruited for that. So I was really confused what subject I bring to Khalid to, to disturb him. But I really don't know. But
You automatically do this, so you're just given the title today.
Anyway,
yeah,
it was really great.
Exactly, DTM Khalid. He pretends it's new to him, but we know Sayyid Abbas anyway.
There is a lot of things you don't know and everybody doesn't know. You cannot pressurize me to open a lot of things. We will keep it in a right time. Rest assured. The legacy will continue with DTM Khalid, but there is a borders. But anyway, meeting was so excited and exciting. It was pushing me from the bed from early morning. Full energy, yes. I like the meeting today, and I like everybody. That's great.
Thank you, DTM Said Abbas, for your feedback. For me, actually, each meeting, I think, how would the other meeting come? And then each time I'll be amazed with with everything valuable that is presented here. Anyone wants to say something, anything before we adjourn the meeting? It's exactly 6 o'clock now, and I adjourn meeting, All This Gold meeting number 44. Don't have